Yeah. So the manifestation craze, the law of attraction, all the things that you are constantly hearing about and learning about, why can't everyone do it? Why do some people swear by it and other people say it's a bunch of hooey, wooey, gooey, louie? Why is that? Why are there people who want to manifest something, try so hard, they write their mantras, they're writing their affirmations, they're doing everything that everyone is telling them, and yet they still can't walk into the new reality? This is what we need to focus on, because here's the deal. Fifth dimensional consciousness is about being able to take a thought, an invisible form, an idea, and to walk it into manifestation. Whether or not that's writing the book that you always wanted to write, but you just can't seem to sit down and actually grind it out. If it's falling in love and staying in love and nurturing the same relationship over time, but you kind of get bored and so you kind of fall out of it and you can't, whether that's in love, with friendships, with work, jobs, if you're stuck in the same role, you know what I'm talking about. It's like you have the idea of the new reality, but you can't get to the new reality. And this is the crazy thing. As I learned to write my books, and I did it, and I on the first book, I did it unconsciously by chance. I had learned so much about writing that I was able to walk myself through the manifestation cycle. By my third book, I was able to vibe myself through it because I understood what astrology was teaching. There is a secret code in the Zodiac. It is all kind of whittled down into 4 forces, 4 elementals: fire, earth, air, and water. So if you want to know how to walk yourself into your book, or to get yourself that next promotion, or to allow yourself to transition from where you are to where you want to go, you have to understand this process. Because if it's not happening, you're blocking yourself somewhere. I know you're blocking yourself somewhere because everyone does it. I do it, you do it, the entire universe is doing this. We can't help but be really good at one thing. Okay, we become really good at one thing. And when you become good at a thing, you become terrible at that same thing at the same time. It creates a conundrum in the space-time continuum, people. It's when your greatest gift and your greatest weakness are the exact same thing, but you can't see it, and so you block yourself. Hidden within the chart is the process of all manifestation. And here's the most difficult part about it. It's so simple, you won't believe me. It's so simple, you won't believe me. But it's so difficult to apply and to pay attention to and to actually do. That's where I'll get you to believe me. This is something that can tell me exactly where you're blocking yourself. And I don't even need your chart to do this because it's so pure that you'll be able to hear it in my voice and you're going to know exactly what to look for. So I'm about to teach you a really simple cycle in the Zodiac. And all I need for you to do to figure out this place where you're going to get yourself stuck is I need you to focus on where you have your gift and what comes most naturally to you. So as I'm talking about these stages of a 4-part cycle, by the end of it, I want you to say, that's the cycle I'm the best at, Emily. Okay, this is important because this is how I'm going to help you walk you into where you're blocking yourself in the manifestation cycle. So no point lying to anybody because the truth will set you free. In astrology, the Zodiac is made up of 4 elements. We have fire, earth, air, and water. Now, there's 12 signs in the Zodiac, so we repeat that pattern 3 times. Fire, earth, air, water, fire, earth, air, water, fire, earth, air, water. This gives us 3 fire, 3 earth, 3 air, and 3 water. And that pattern in which the heavens move is the same pattern in which you create from. Meaning that when you embark on a journey to write a book or start a relationship or create a new health schedule for yourself, you're moving through this cycle, mostly unconsciously, but hopefully after this video, consciously, so that you can be like, oh yeah, I totally get it, Emily, that's amazing. So pay attention to the one that is your strength, okay? Fire in the creative cycle is the beginning of everything. It is the most initiating, visionary, forceful, spontaneous energy downloading into your brain or uploading into your heart. It is so on fire. Fire in nature explains it all. It's quick, it's fast. Once it catches on, it's hard to slow down. But fire in a lot of times is the invisible, right? It's the idea of the thing. It's the vision of the end, because it's the beginning where the end will eventually meet it. In this cycle of fire, earth, air, water, it comes back around. It's both the beginning and the end, which can be really exciting. It's full of possibility. It's full of probability. It's full of visioning and just being. And it's almost like marinating in the juices of fire, seeing all the possibilities that it could be, but isn't physical yet, right? So fire is, when you meet someone who's truly visionary, I'm thinking of like Elon Musk, and they are holding a vision so strong in the internal world that when they speak it, you see it. Have you met someone like that, where when they're speaking something, you're seeing it in your own field as they speak it, because they're holding it so strong in their own field? That is fire at its core. Okay? Earth, completely different. Earth is, think of it in nature. It's what we walk on. It's resourceful. It's grounded. It creates the plan. It walks it out. It's steadfast. It's slow but steady. It defies the odds of existence. It overcomes all obstacles. It is so grounded. It is so everyone can see it. There is evidence in Earth, right? Fire is the idea of something. Earth is the manifestation of that thing into reality, into some form of reality, right? Maybe not that perfect first vision of fire, but Earth is the first step towards manifestation. Remember, this is a cycle that happens over and over again. So Earth is where all the work happens and starts to happen. It's that like first good plan that gets stepped out. Fire is the idea of the book. Earth is the person sitting down and typing the book. Fire is the idea of getting in shape and watching videos. Earth is about going to the gym and doing the thing. Fire is about this perfect love that you envision in your perfect wedding. And Earth is the dirty fight that you get in and overcome when you face the conflict. Like, they have to go together. Like, you don't ever get anywhere without this cycle that I'm teaching you. So we have fire, we have earth. Let me get to air. And air is, after something's been made manifest, the ability to elevate, troubleshoot, and change it. So the air element in the zodiac, I think, when we're trying to put ourselves into the vibes of these elements, I put myself in an airplane for air, and I imagine that I'm like looking out and I'm looking down on the earth, and I'm just kind of like seeing things differently. This is why it's the energy of long-term strategizing. This is the energy of finding a solution and communicating and talking about things without getting too emotional. If fire was the idea of the book and earth was the sitting down and pouring it onto the page and writing it on a schedule and not cheating yourself, air is going back and revising it. Air is being able to say, hey, that chapter doesn't work, and even though you wrote 20,000 words, I'm going to delete it. Air is not destroying what has been made. Don't make a mistake, because people collapse the creative cycle, fire to earth. They collapse back down to fire all the time. Air is being able to revise it without becoming emotional and sabotaging yourself. Air is so important. Air energy thrives off of solving challenges and problems. That's where their adrenaline lives. That's where the energy is. There's a problem, I'm ready to solve it, I can't wait. Yes, oh, I want to troubleshoot that. Like, yeah, no, I know, I'm gonna research that, I'm gonna figure that out. Ooh, that makes me excited, right? That's the person who, when they're gonna buy something, they do like 3 weeks of research on the thing first. Okay, that's the air part of the manifestation cycle. Water is where everything is given meaning and wholeness. So if you think about water in nature, it flows to everything, and even though it's a gentle force, it's the strongest force. I was just in a cave here in Texas, and it's a special type of cave that was made by water, like blazing through it. And it just reminded me of how strong water was when I was in that cave, and I was looking at the grooves on the ceiling. Like, everyone underestimates how strong water is. I think it's like one of the most powerful forces, but it's what gives it meaning. It's, like when you failed, that person or that voice in your head that picks you back up and says just the right thing at the right time in the right way, that speaks to your heart, that's like, yeah, I can do this. I remember I was helping a staff member way back when, and they were really concerned about something. And I said, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. It was like, it's one of my favorite quotes ever. And she took that. It was just a little piece of water. It was just a little piece of meaning in that moment. It was like, Don't overthink things. Believe in yourself and go forth and do it, because there is no right or wrong here. It's just stepping into it and believing it wholeheartedly is it is the magic, right? And water is the magic. It's so invisible. It's so hard to be seen, but it's that energy of feeling received. It's that energy of feeling like it's all going to pay off. It's that energy that you're already there when you're not there. It's the energy. It's faith, you guys. Complete faith. Not faith when it's convenient, but faith when it feels so complete and whole that you don't worry about how things are going to work out, because they're working out always. And you don't have that fight with life. Okay? In the book, if you're writing a book, you know, fire is that idea, earth is the writing it out, air is the revising it, and water is the giving it purpose and meaning. So you get up and you do the cycle over and over and over and over again, right? Like, what is that true place in you that makes you want to manifest this in the first place? If you are missing any pieces of these cycles, you will not manifest, right? Like, you need the fire, the earth, the air, and the water. And this is why I wanted you to pay attention to which one was the one that resonated with you, because you're going to be good at one of those. Typically, it's going to be like one that stands out, and you're going to be like, no, I'm a fireman. I'm the innovator. I have 1,000 ideas. I just want to make vision board after vision board, but I don't want to walk any of it out. Right? So if you're a fire person and that was your strongest one, you're going to resist earth. You're going to resist earth. You're going to resist walking it out. That's the block. You're going to stay in the ideas too long. And you're going to try to like go through earth, air, water so fast that you get back to fire. This is what we all do. If you love earth a lot, guilty, I'm an earth girl, you're going to love the work so much. You're just going to want to do your work and your tasks and your goals and make your folders and do all the things that you love to do, like make charts with stickers. And you're going to get like in the earthy energy of it. And you're going to get stuck because you're not going to want to go to air. You're not going to want to revisit your plan, your ideas. You're not going to want to make the edits. You're not going to want to stop doing things. You're going to want to just keep doing it the way you did it. You just want to keep it manifest. You're afraid to change it because you don't want to lose any piece of it. And then if you're the air being, you're kind of like always troubleshooting and you're always trying to fix, and you love it and you're amazing at it, but you're going to tinker way too long. You're going to play with the information so long that it loses all meaning, and you're going to refuse to go into the water element, right? And that's what's so hard. And then water element, you're going to have so much meaning and so much sensitivity that you're going to refuse to go back into the fire. You're not going to want to go to that next element. And that's the whole secret of this little cycle. I told you it was so simple. Fire, earth, air, water. Whatever is your most dominant, the one that you love the most, is usually precedes as before the one that you're going to dislike the most.